Hey everybody, welcome back to MACkiteboarding Wing Wednesdays. I'm Tucker, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Reedin Superwing X. So here it is, the long-awaited Reedin Superwing X, using that fancy new X-ply canopy material. Real neat stuff. See if I can give you guys a close-up view here so you can kind of see that cross-hatch pattern in the canopy material here. So really that's kind of the exciting new part about this wing compared to, say, like the Reedin V2 Superwing, or some similar wings on the market that Damien's designed. This is really kind of the highest level of construction and technology that he's put into his wing so far. This one, as the price would indicate, is kind of the creme de la creme in terms of designs from Damien and what he's doing here. So let's just go a quick overview of the wing. We can look at some of the features, talk to you in a minute about my experience with the wing after about a month of riding it, and how it'll compare, how it might fit into your situation, your quiver, something to be into. So let's give a quick look over here so you guys can see sort of the setup of the wing here. Got some battens here. These are hard battens. There. I don't believe they're removable unless you want to pop the stitching. So if you manage to break one of those, probably a little bit more surgery than just replacing it quickly with some Velcro. But really you shouldn't be bending, slamming that on anything anyway, so you should have minimal issues. You can see the bag beneath here. I've unfolded it, kind of unzips into a changing pad, or like an inflation station if you're in kind of a nasty area, you want to protect your wing, which is really neat, kind of dual purpose of the bag there. Looking at the outline of the wing here, it is fairly compact for a 5.2 meter that I've been testing here. And it's kind of a nice medium aspect shape. A little bit of dihedral in that front profile, as you can tell. Pretty beefy leading edge and strut here. So that just gives that wing a little bit of framework so that it's not flexing too much, it's not deforming, helps it hold its shape. All right, I'll start at the top and come down. Got a nice rigid surf handle here, some neoprene underneath. Nice leash attachment here. Going into our inflation, this is the Max Flow system. So that's just got a big fat tip that you shove into there, pump it up, pumps really fast. Probably the fastest system in terms of inflation, at least in terms of volume going through the valve. So that pumps up real fast. You got two strut hoses here, oversized strut hoses with a clamp, one on each side of the strut here. So that inflates quickly, pushes that through that rubber material from both hoses. Does make a bladder change a little bit more complex if you should ever need to do that, and adds maybe a tiny bit of weight, but does help inflate and deflate the strut more quickly, rather than having a separate valve or a dump valve or something that you need to keep in check. Personally, I would like to see maybe 2 valves, simplify things, just make bladder changes easier, less maintenance. The more valve attachment points, the more points for failure, delamination, other issues. You accidentally rip one of these off while you're surfing or something like that. I just much prefer a dual inflation myself, but they've given some thought to it at least, and given some oversized hoses, 2 hoses. So it pumps up pretty quick. Deflation, I would say, kind of leaves something to be desired. It does take a little bit to push all the air out of this big strut and out the leading edge hole. So You know, maybe just nitpicking, but that's just my 2 cents on that. Going down into the handle system here, you see we've got 3 handles, and the strut is kind of like a wave shape, so you actually bend away from your main handles here to give you a little bit more room while still keeping those really rigid. You can tell here, I mean, they're super rigid handles, and you know, having a little bit more room in there for somebody with big hands or with maybe mittens on is a nice touch without, you know, having to droop these too much and losing that kind of rigid connection. You'll notice on this front handle here, I did remove the handle cover. It's kind of nylon handle cover, which adds some bulk and padding. I did find I like it like this better, especially on the front handle. My hand was up here a lot when I was riding it, and I just found that, you know, removing it gives me some more room to really choke up on the front of this wing and get a good grip. Obviously it's cold here now with all the snow. We're wearing mittens, so having a smaller strap with less padding, less stuff to grab onto really helps reduce fatigue. So you can always remove that. It's nice to have that option. There's no harness line attachment points, so I was just using like kind of like here and here around the handles, which it works. I mean, it's not ideal. You kind of got to play around with it to find where you want to put them, where it's ideal, and you know, it does sometimes get in the way of your hands with where you're moving your hands and stuff, but it is what it is, I suppose. On an expensive wing, it'd be nice to see maybe some harness line attachment points, but they obviously didn't find that a priority in the design. So looking through the back here, we've got pretty good sized baffle here, but it's very trim. You don't find a lot of forward curve on that, so it should be pretty fast, sleek, but maybe not create as much lift or power, you know, off the get-go. Likes to create momentum and apparent wind. So that is the Reedin Superwing X. I guess I should show you the leash here. I do really like the Reedin leash. It's got that kind of bungee with a nylon strap over top. It does have the extension here, so you can use this one leash on multiple different wing sizes. And I did find it is long enough for the bigger sizes, which is really nice. The wrist cuff is really nice. It's nice and big. I can fit it around even my thicker wetsuits, and it's got this kind of double lock where, you know, you go through. I should mention this rope, which is going to be way more durable, especially in cold, versus the plastic D-rings. And then that doubles back, and you can kind of lock it in with this here to make sure it's not going to accidentally come peeled off. So really some good thought on the wrist leash cuff. Real lightweight, comfortable, adaptable, secure, safe. So big thumbs up for Reedin on that one. I do think they've kind of got what will be the standard in a few years in this design here. Now this red strip through the middle of the canopy, you'll notice is a 3x3 ripstop. It's not the X-ply material. That is there on purpose. The idea behind this is patent designed from Reedin, is that this is called a fold strip. So when you're not flying the wing, you go to fold it down, you want to fold along the ripstop material, not the X-ply, because you don't want to crease the X-ply. You don't want to cause, you know, any elbows, any kinks in it. So when you fold across this and then roll it, it does roll up really nicely, nice and flat, very easily, but it is rather cumbersome in the bigger sizes, as you can tell from the beginning of the video where you saw me with the backpack on my back. I mean, that thing is big. It's, you know, once it's loaded, it's probably 3.5 feet long. So roughly double the size of a typical wing bag in terms of length. So it's a bit more to pack, a bit more to travel with, but you could probably, you know, spend some time and really pack it flat and maybe get 2 wings in that one bag too, if you're traveling with a couple of wings. So there it is. That's the Reedin Super X. As with all of our videos, if you have any questions, comments, put those in the comments section below. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Definitely be sure to share with a friend and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. This has been Tucker with Wing Wednesdays, and we'll see you next week.